Okay, you guys, let's look at the homework, module number 3, homework 3. This video is just going to cover the first question. I'll make other videos to cover the other ones. And so I've already downloaded the homework 3 data Excel file. I've downloaded the codebook Word document. And the first question here is saying we need to create a table. We want to group individuals from different ethnic categories. And then we want to subdivide that further to see if any of them are Hispanic in origin. That sounds pretty straightforward. So let's go ahead and look at that. Let's open up our Excel document. So to do this, we know that we're going to need the race column and the Hispanic ethnicity column. So if we go look at the race here, we can see that we've got quite a few choices here. And so this is where if you get different numbers than me, it might just be because you chose to group the results differently than I did. So I'll look at the codes that you used on your submission if the numbers are different, and then just look to see if they're appropriate. And if they are, then you'll still get full credit. Some of them are pretty straightforward and there's not a lot of guessing, like the Caucasian whites will be 100. The African American and black will be 200. It's a little bit more tricky when you're talking about like Native American, American Indian sort of thing, but I think this is how I was going to group them. This is the 300s, 300, 310, 320, 330, 340. The Asians get to be a little bit more complicated because we have a huge chunk of them, and we further subdivide them because we have one that's asking about Hawaiian and Pacific Islander. So however you decided to do those. And then also wanted just other category, basically just everybody else that you haven't accounted for already. So these are the codes. So I just got some stuff here to save us some time, so you don't have to watch me typing. So I've got the categories here. So I'm going to go create a new sheet. I'm going to call this problem number 1. I'm going to paste in my data. Oops. We'll put that over here. I need to go get the data from over here. So we need the race and the Hispanic ethnicity. We paste them in here. Okay. So I've already found the codes that how I want to use them. I've got them listed right here. You may have chosen to break them up differently. But I just wanted to show you here. So for the African American, it's just simply a straight code 200. And so what I want to do is I'm going to just find what's the total people with that, and then what's the subpopulation of them with Hispanic versus non-Hispanic, so we can get a subdividing further. So it should be pretty simple. We're going to do from A2, and it's A1001. So I already know that. Let me just double check though. I'm also going to hit F4 to lock that in. So A2 is locked in and A1001 is locked in. Okay, let's see. So I just want to double check. Make sure my ranges are right. Yeah, so 1001, perfect. So 2 to 1001. Okay. And now we just need to do our function. So we're just going to do a count if, and we're just going to say our range is that, and if it is equal to, what is it, 200 for African American, boom, so we got 180 of them. I'm just going to drag this down. Hopefully my ranges will stay in place, and it looks like they did because I had the F4 in place. Now I just got to change the codes. I know off the top of my head that the Caucasians were 100. Who else do we know? Okay, let's go look at my little cheat sheet I got here. For the Asians, or Asian Americans, I was going to do all the codes 400 to 500. So I'm just going to do a range. So to do a range, I'm going to need two different conditions, and the count if can't do that. So I'm going to change the count if, or count ifs. So I'm going to say this is the first condition, and then this is the second condition. I already forgot what it was. What was it? 400 to 500. So I'm going to say if you are greater than or equal to 400, and if you're less than 500, because 500 is the start of something else. Okay, so we got 77 based off the way I chose to break it up, 400 to 500. And we already did whites. So now the Native Americans, what did I do? 300 to 400. Just a simple copy and paste here. So 400, 300. Yeah. I need to change it to the ifs, to the count ifs. There we go. Only 6. Okay, surprising. Expecting a little bit more. Who do we got now? Let's do the others first. So I'm just saying anything between 500 and 1,000 is the other. So we'll say if you are greater than or equal to 500, let's copy that and do 1,000. And we need to convert this to the S, the ifs. Okay, so only 37 of those. So who are we missing? The Hawaiian group. And for those, I think I said 420 and 421. You can interpret that differently. It's just that there were two specific groups, one called Hawaiian and one called Pacific Islander, as those two groups. So 420 to 421. Again, convert this to the ifs. $420 and $421. Oof, that can't be right. Let's see if we're greater than or equal to 420. Just trying to see if this will work differently. Less than or equal to 421. Okay, yeah. All right, so we got 2. I'm pretty sure that's about right. Okay, we know there's 1,000 records, so we just want to do a little bit of a sanity check just to make sure we're grabbing all of the rows and data, that we're not missing anybody. Okay, so we have 1,000 rows, but we're showing 1,002. And the difference I'm pretty sure is these Hawaiians, because there was this 420, 421. But we're just saying grab all the 400s. So the Hawaiians and Pacific Islanders are being counted twice. So we just need to exclude them from here. And to do that, we can just say another one. And we'll say that they're not equal to 420. Let's try another one. Not equal 421. Crossing my fingers. There we go. That dropped this down from 77 to 75 because these guys were being double counted, and now our total's at 1,000. So now we know we have properly ranged groups. So let's just see if this will work. Yeah, pretty great. Okay. So now for the next one, Hispanics. Let's take a look at our code value set here. This is the Hispanic ethnicity table. And just looking at this, I was going to choose, let's see, 20 up to 70. So all of these are some sort of Hispanic ethnicity, and all the rest are either unknowns or not. So between 20 and 70. Okay, so I'm just going to add another condition onto these. I'm just going to say Go look at this column now, from B2 to B1001. Ugh. Sorry. There we go. B2 to B1001. Let me just lock this in with the F4. And we're going to say 20. And what did we say? 70? 70. All right, seems like we might have done something wrong here. Oh, same thing I've been doing, the ifs. Count ifs. Okay. Nope, still not right. Count ifs. So we're going to go from here to 200 greater than 20. And that's got to be right. Maybe my range is wrong. Let's try it again. Okay, we're going to say here, oops. Let's just do the whole B column. How about that? B to B. And we'll say greater than or equal to 20. Make sure that works. Okay. Nope. It's a little frustrating. Hang on, sorry about this. B2 to B. Oh, I see. Missing the extra dollar sign, maybe. How about if we just get rid of the dollar sign? That's frustrating. Okay, I'm going to hit pause while I figure this. Okay, I found the issue I had. And so now I've added in the conditions, right? So for the African Americans, we are in the race group 200, and then I'm looking for the Hispanic codes between 20 and 70. And so for that, we got 11. So I'm just going to apply the same stuff. Here, let me actually just copy this. Okay. Crossing our fingers, hooray! And then we'll do the same here. But again, it's got to be the ifs for multiple conditions. Great. 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 And done. So let's just check on my notes to see if that looks right. Yep, that looks right. And then to get the non-Hispanics, we can just do the difference. So we can just say is equal this minus this. And we can just drag that down. And there we go. So we should get some numbers that look pretty similar to this. Your Asians, your Native Americans, or your Hawaiians may be different. But the Caucasians and African Americans should probably look just like that. You can also go do a pivot table. I'm not going to do it in this video, but you've seen pivot tables in other ones. This one just seemed like the easier, faster way for me to do it. So I hope this helps you. Thanks.